Hey everyone, Jeff here from Films at Home, and I've got another incredible 4K box set from Second Sight Films that we're going to dive into. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the channel today for this review. Today, we're taking a look at It Follows from Second Sight Films. This is their latest premium hard case 4K limited edition that I was so lucky to get sent to me by Second Sight. I was so excited to watch this film in 4K because it's one of my favorite recent horror movies from the last decade. So we're going to talk all about the movie, the 4K transfer, the incredible packaging here and the special features, the audio. We'll cover it all, and I'll let you guys know whether or not this one's worth picking up for your collection. So to start, let's talk It Follows. Like I said, one of my favorite movies of the last decade. I just loved the concept and the idea of it. It felt very retro. It felt like an 80s horror movie, something that hadn't been done in a very long time. It's very original in some ways, and pulls from other movies in other ways, but the way it was all packaged together, it just makes for an incredibly chilling, terrifying experience. It's a great movie to watch in the fall. It's scary, it's tense, it has one of the better jump scares in recent horror movie history that still gets me when I watch it, and I just think it blends so many different genres well, almost like teenage drama mixed with horror, mixed with a really intense psychological thriller, mixed with some supernatural. Like, it's a really cool blend of several different genres and ideas that come together to make this perfect movie. So if you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. I seriously think it's one of the best horror movies of the last 10 years, one of the best movies, period. It's a great time to watch it since I'm making this video in October, so definitely go check it out if you've never seen it. Now, the 4K visuals here on this kind of remind me of what Second Sight did for The Witch. So It Follows had a Blu-ray out there, and sometimes when they do a Blu-ray release, especially of a popular film, does the director always have, final says and get involved that heavily? I don't know. From what I hear, maybe not. But this time, just like with The Witch, when they went back to Robert Eggers, they went back to the director, they looked at the color grade, they redid it in Dolby Vision, they rescanned it in 4K, went right back to the original negatives, which was awesome because it was originally a 2K digital intermediate. They scanned it all the way up at 4K, gave it a true 4K digital intermediate and a transfer that was completely new, which is something Second Sight does incredibly well. They do these remasters so well. They take their time, they put a ton of effort into it, and they always seem to work with the filmmakers and directors of photography, cinematographers, anybody who was involved to get it perfect. And I will say this is a very nicely enhanced picture over what you can get on 1080p Blu-ray. I would not be surprised if at some point this makes it to the US, because this is a UK release, but it's region free, so you can watch it in the US, no problem. But what Second Sight's done here is really enhanced the total image, and they've almost enhanced the vibe of this movie. The look and feel of the movie feels so much more, I don't know the words for it. It's like, it reminds me of, it's neon, it's dark, but it's neon, it's 80s, it's, that Stranger Things vibe. Like, it's that kind of vibe that the new color grade really helps step up to the next level. And given that, again, a lot of this movie can be very dark, Dolby Vision helps it tremendously. Just having an HDR color grade, period, helps it tremendously get to those deeper blacks, brighter whites, and it enhances all of the scares. The detail on it's really sharp. Some of those scenes look better than others. I was reading up on this. Some were shot in 2K, some were shot at 5K, so some of it was sort of like, an upscale. Some of it was probably downscaled a little bit, but no matter what, you can't really tell. It's a very good, consistent picture that looks great from start to finish, and it's not a night and day upgrade over what you can get on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is solid, but this feels like the way that the filmmakers wanted it to look, and I definitely appreciate that they were involved, and this is their vision of their movie, because this is a very visually aesthetic movie that I think you have to nail. So I'm glad that they nailed it here. For me, the bigger upgrade on this was actually the Dolby Atmos. The picture quality is great, don't get me wrong, but this movie is also one of my favorite movie soundtracks and scores in recent history. It's probably, maybe this is a hot take, but probably a top 5 horror movie score soundtrack for me. It is right up there with some of what John Carpenter's done. Like, it nails the vibe, the aesthetic that they're going for. And when you get to Dolby Atmos, it's beautifully enhanced. It also enhances those scares. You know, when we're talking about something that literally follows and it's behind you. You don't know where it's coming from. Is it coming from the left, from the right? It's walking down your school's hallway. It's coming in through your bedroom. Like, there's so many great moments in this that are enhanced, and the low end is like, I don't know what, subsonic, like super low. And I'm no like audio expert. So whatever the term is, it is so low, and that just helps build that dread. Like, even if you can't hear it, a super low bass sound will get your heart rate going. It will make you more anxious. Horror movies use that as a way to kind of build up the experience. It tricks your brain. Like, you can feel the sound, you don't really hear it, but something about that builds the dread. It gets your anxiety up, it gets the hairs in the back of your neck up. And this Atmos track, when I was listening to the Blu-ray and then listening to the Atmos, this Atmos track really enhances that part of the audio as well. So yeah, great surround effects. Everything sounds awesome. The 5.1 on the Blu-ray also sounded awesome, but this just takes the kind of extremes to a new level, and it definitely makes the score and the soundtrack sound as good as it ever has, which I greatly appreciated. Now for packaging, you've got this hard box here with some pretty minimalist artwork, right? Nothing too crazy. The spine, it follows with the Second Sight logo. On the back, you got the car from the beginning of the movie. Now popping it open, it's a pretty impressive set. You've got, first off, a booklet here. Second Sight always tends to put a book in, and this is packed full of essays. It is just under 150 pages long. So this has 9 different essays. It's super high quality, hardcover. It's got incredible photos from the film, lots of great writing. It's a really nice companion piece to the movie if you want to dive in. You got the art cards, which they always include, and then you've got the disc with a bifold little cover here. So on the inside, you've got your Blu-ray, you've got your 4K. Like I said, the 4K will be region free. The Blu-ray, I don't think is. It is marked as region B. I didn't test this Blu-ray because I was testing against my own. So if you've tried it, let me know. Typically though, when I'm buying these Second Sight releases, I'm buying it for the 4K. I don't always trust the Blu-ray will be region free, but really cool artwork there on the bifold as well. Now this thing's also loaded with special features. I could go through them all, list them all. I'm going to put them up on the screen here so you can check them out. But in typical Second Sight fashion, they haven't shortchanged you on anything. It's got a bunch of features that dive deep into this movie. These essays take a deep dive into it. If you're a fan of It Follows and it's, you know, a top 10 horror movie for you, like it might be for me when I really think about it, this is an incredible set. This is what collectors are looking for these days. It's what collectors want. It's where physical media is probably headed. Second Sight has really, you know, started something incredible and cornered the market for a time on these limited editions. And now you're seeing other things from companies like Umbrella who are doing a similar thing. You see Film Vault from Warner Brothers in the UK. You see, you know, always what Vinegar and Shout and Arrow Video have been doing. But what Second Sight's been doing, not only with packaging, features, the booklet that comes with it, you know, they've really emerged as somebody who stands right up there with Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, all the greats who have been doing it for a long time. So I give them a ton of props, and they are getting great movies into their collection. So if you haven't checked out their label yet, I highly recommend it. Now, if you guys live in the UK, you probably have an easier time getting your hands on this. You can order it from Second Sight directly, I believe, and there may be some retailers like HMV or Zavi who have it. If you're in the US like me or North America, your best bet is probably to go to a place like Diabolic DVD or Orbit DVD, maybe Grindhouse Video. Occasionally in store, the Archive, which is Vinegar Syndrome's store in Colorado and Connecticut, they may have copies. There's a few stores out there, but Orbit DVD always tends to have these, and Diabolic does as well, and those are probably my 2 main sources to get Second Sight stuff. So I'll link both of them down in the description. I can't guarantee these will still be in stock by the time you check the links and I post this review, but at least you can go check it out and maybe get lucky with a copy. They might be back ordered, but you can at least put your order in and see if you can't grab one. So thank you to Second Sight for letting me take a look at this. It was so awesome to revisit this movie again. Great work by their team, and definitely worth picking up. If you like the movie, it's well worth it. If you don't like the movie or you're on a budget, they have lots of other great things. There are lots of great releases. I would not be surprised if this comes out in North America at some point, so you could wait. There'll also likely be a standard edition from Second Sight, which has the transfer but doesn't have all the booklet and the hard box, so that's another option too if you're on a budget. But you know, if you're a big fan of the movie, this is probably as great a set as you're going to get for It Follows. So thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate your support. If you like physical media, movie collecting, if you just like movies in general, because I always cover the movie too, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. As always, make sure you follow me on social media. Instagram's been popping off lately. We got TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever Elon wants to call it this week. We got Facebook. All that stuff is down in the description, so come follow me over there. You can join my email list so you never miss an update, and all the other links down in the description can give you some partner discount codes and ways that I can help you guys out with different purchases. So check all those out. If you're on a TV, you can scan the QR code right here with your phone's camera. That'll bring you right to the links as well, but as always, they're in the video description so you can get there no matter what. So thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy spooky season with great releases like It Follows, and I'll talk to you all soon.